doing? No! Hey! What are you doing? No! My baby's in the car! No! No!
Hey! Get away from her! You know him?
No! My baby's in the car!
Backing up.
When you're taking the shot, where are you aiming?
To the head, central nervous system.
Why?
Complete shutdown, hit the light switch. If I injured the guy trying to take the vehicle, especially if there's kids in the car, now I just made the problem even worse. If he gets in a high-speed chase or he's doing 100 miles an hour on the highway, bleeding out, now I just escalated that situation. So marksmanship and putting your shots where you want them, it's critical. It's extremely important. So if I decide to shoot when he's driving away, I better make sure that I hit what I'm aiming for. What do we do in a threat scenario when we have kids? The way we respond in an environment has to put them as the priority. We have to think about the risk that we're putting them into if we respond with action, as opposed to just de-escalating and avoiding the situation altogether. It's something to understand how to respond when you're with one of your loved ones. So the main things that come to mind right off the bat when it comes to off-body carry or on-body carry. First and foremost, there's gonna be pros and cons to each. When I have on-body carry, to me, that's the most secure and intimate that I could be with my firearm. It's as close to me as I can get it, it's on my body, and I have retention over it. Off-body carry is gonna allow some options that on-body carry just can't. There's a lot of different environments out there that you're gonna need to add that capability.
Action. Hey, do you know him? Action.
So when we're talking about off-body carry, one of the first things that we need to realize is that we need a heightened sense of awareness. It's not like a purse or a phone that you can just set down. This becomes an extension of your body. It's much different than when you're concealing on your waistband. With that in mind, we're adding a variable. This becomes our firearm. So we have to increase our situational awareness, and we have to treat it like it's the actual firearm. And it does three things for you. It's customizable, it's adaptable, and it reduces your signature. So looking at this scenario from my perspective and the actions that I took, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna take the same action. And a lot of times it's gonna come down to your ability to put shots where they need to be. Remember, the A+ answer is that I'm always accountable for every round that comes out of that gun. But is the risk worth the gain? That's something that you have to ask yourself every time you get into a situation, either when you're training or in reality. If I have kids in the back of a vehicle and I need to take accurate shots, if I don't hit my target, I could potentially make the situation even worse than it was to begin with. But because I have the ability, and because I've been on target before, and I've done hostage rescue, I know my ability to hit a small target, even moving, is there. So you have to understand what your capabilities are, and you have to ask yourself, is the risk worth the gain? One of the biggest things available to us when it comes to off-body carry is customization. Being able to fit the gear that we have into our lifestyles. I have something that's designed that doesn't make me stand out from anybody else. I can walk into the gym and I can walk out of the gym and transition through that environment seamlessly. And then if I get in a confrontation, like you saw in this scenario, it makes it really easy to access this gun even though I've got gym shorts on. The other thing to think about when it comes to customization is, are you doing what you would in reality in your training regimen? It doesn't matter if you're wearing gym shorts or flip-flops. If you do it out in town, you have to add it to your training. The second thing is adaptability. It's important to be able to adapt in our lifestyles, and it's not unrealistic in our daily routine to think that we'd go to the gym, go to work, and eventually make our way to dinner. And all three of those environments are going to be different. So carrying off-body allows us to transition to those environments without drawing attention to ourselves. A simple example is just walking into the gym. If I'm in my street clothes like I am right now, I don't want to be taking a concealed firearm off when there's other people that don't know that I have that capability and putting it on a shelf somewhere. This allows me to keep close attention and accountability for my firearm without drawing attention to what it actually is.
My baby's in the car! Help me!
In that scenario, when time is of the essence, to be able to understand and analyze what's happening, whether she's in distress, her kids are in the car, she doesn't know that guy, he has a blade, all this data is starting to add up to me to be able to draw on that guy and shoot. Remember, is the risk worth the gain? Is my capability going to be able to mitigate that situation and deploy this bag? Adaptability allowed me to do that seamlessly from coming out of the gym into a threat scenario. The third thing is reducing your signature. So if you walk into the beach, or if I have a swimsuit on, I'm not going to be able to wear something that doesn't have a waistband in it and have a good holster set up. It's going to be sloppy, I can't take my shirt off, and 1,000 other things that we can mention. Especially for women in tight clothing and or dresses. To be able to have a capability where it's off body gives you that ability to transition from environment to environment, and it breaks your signature up. Being able to transition, be adaptable, and eventually break up your profile can really make or break the difference between you being able to get in the fight or not.
You take a good step back, about 18 inches. Going hot. And slider.
Starting with my hands in a nonviolent posture, I'm identifying potential threats. My first motion is a violent movement using my left hand to hunt for my bag's ripcord. I start swinging the bag towards the center of my chest to protect my vital organs with its integrated body armor. The violent swinging of the bag opens the firearm compartment while placing the firearm in the ideal position for the draw. Next, I reference the firearm, establishing a 3-finger grip. Next, I clear the firearm from the bag. Once clear, I push the gun into center chest to meet my lead hand for a 2-handed grip. Once my primary grip is established, I continue to press the gun out, scanning the immediate area and taking shots if necessary. So to sum up everything with off-body carry, at the end of the day, it's a necessary capability, especially if you need to do those 3 things. You need it to be able to customize to your lifestyle, you have to adapt and transition to different environments, and you need to reduce your signature for whatever the reason may be. There's really no excuse not to have something that fits your lifestyle if you need it to be able to transition from those environments. So with all these things coming together, if you can add this capability to your life, it's going to make you more capable and more proficient in the event that a threat does pop up into your life. Remember, this becomes an extension of our body. There is no excuses to get complacent. We have to understand that way, and if we plan on using it in reality, we have to connect it to our training. We have to get solid reps in. You guys can literally go buy a blue gun, buy a good bag that's customizable to your lifestyle, set it up correctly, and build that motor memory so when you need it the most, it will be there. There's tons of options out there, and you've got to get solid reps in to be able to deploy the firearm when you need it the most. It's been an awesome episode. Understand the capabilities, the pros and the cons to off-body carry, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.